Alice saw it with her own eyes that Jessica stole her ID card and registered a marriage with another man, but she chose not to stop her. Instead, she let Jessica use her identity to scam wealthy heirs everywhere. In the end, she even willingly took the consequences of marriage and money fraud for Jessica. It turned out that Alice had been reborn. In her previous life, Alice and Jessica discovered that they looked extremely alike. So Jessica used picking up a free gift as an excuse and took Alice's ID card. From then on, the internet was flooded with claims saying Alice was a gold digger. Benjamin even barged onto the campus, pulled out a marriage certificate, and forced Alice to go home to have children with him. But Alice didn't know him at all, so she slapped him. Benjamin, furious, beat her up. When Alice opened her eyes again, she realized she had returned to the day Jessica borrowed her ID. In this life, Alice claimed her ID was lost and said she would give it to her tomorrow. Then she quickly made a phone call to get a fake ID made. The next day, as soon as Alice left, Jessica went into her locker and stole the ID, thinking Alice had indeed been lying. Little did she know, this was all part of Alice's plan. After Jessica got the ID, she went to demand that Benjamin buy her a Hermes bag. Benjamin suspected Jessica might be scamming him. Hearing that, Jessica took out the ID, saying that as long as he bought the bag, she would show it to him immediately. Benjamin bought the bag right away, complaining that he had already spent millions of dollars on her, yet she still wouldn't marry him. Jessica quickly pulled out the ID and lied that she truly wanted to have his children. Only then was Benjamin satisfied. The next day, when Jessica returned to the dorm, she quickly put the ID back. When Alice came in, she even bragged that she had French food the night before. Alice understood that Jessica had already started using her ID to scam people, so she pretended to apologize and said she would treat her to seafood that night. Unexpectedly, Alice brought her to a barbecue place because Alice remembered that today was the day Jessica would be arrested. Soon, some thugs came and accused Jessica of stealing their phone a few days ago. Jessica was instantly terrified. Unexpectedly, Alice rushed out and said she was the one who stole the phone. Jessica shouted immediately that Alice was the real thief and then ran away. This was the first step of Alice's revenge. The police came after hearing the noise, thinking the thugs were bullying Alice. But Alice insisted on turning herself in, saying she stole the thug's phone. The police couldn't believe that Alice was a thief, but Alice said she wanted to reform herself in prison. Hearing that, the police had no choice but to take her away. The next day, right after Jessica finished a video call with Benjamin, their classmates came in discussing that Alice would be detained for 7 days. Jessica even felt relieved that someone took the blame for her. Unexpectedly, a few days later, Benjamin caught Jessica shopping with another man. Jessica hurriedly explained to Benjamin that he was just her cousin. Benjamin hesitated. Seeing this, Jessica proposed that as long as Benjamin gave her $1 million, she would marry him immediately. Benjamin had no choice but to agree. The next day, Jessica went to the jail and pretended to thank Alice for taking the blame. Alice lied and said, after all, Jessica was her best friend. Jessica was extremely pleased and took out a free gift to give Alice, saying she would visit her again when she had time. But she didn't expect that tomorrow would be Alice's revenge day. Meanwhile, after Benjamin and Jessica registered their marriage, Benjamin began urging Jessica to prepare for pregnancy. Jessica verbally agreed, but as soon as Benjamin left, she contacted another boyfriend to pick her up. Little did she know, Benjamin was hiding nearby. He realized Jessica had already betrayed him, so he swore that he would make her pay. The day Alice was released from prison was also the day she met Benjamin in her past life. In this life, thanks to Alice taking the blame for Jessica, she was able to avoid Benjamin's investigation. Sure enough, once she returned to school, she saw Benjamin already demanding money from Jessica. But just as Benjamin was about to attack Jessica, Jessica suddenly said that Alice was the one who married Benjamin. For a moment, Benjamin couldn't tell who was Alice and who was Jessica, but Alice actually admitted it. Benjamin believed Alice was the one who married him. Fortunately, school administrators arrived and questioned what Benjamin was doing there. Benjamin quickly explained that Alice took his money and still didn't want to have his children. Alice asked him to produce evidence. Unexpectedly, Benjamin directly took out the marriage certificate. Seeing this, the students and administrators all began to accuse Alice of being a bad woman. Jessica also schemed and said since Alice accepted Benjamin's money, she should go have children for him. Seeing this, Benjamin demanded Alice go home with him, but Alice took out her ID and said the name on the marriage certificate wasn't hers. It turned out Alice had used Jessica's ID number along with a fake name that sounded like her own to obtain a fake ID. Jessica was instantly stunned, but to avoid being exposed, she falsely accused that the ID Alice was holding was the fake one Benjamin also believed Jessica. Just as he was about to go even further, the police shouted for him to stop. Alice stated that the police could testify that when Benjamin registered his marriage, she was still in jail.